All right, class, now who takes overs?
Yes, Molly Ringwald in the back.
Who takes it? Yes, suckers take overs. As you had to learn once again last night, you introduced that little catalyst known as things being on the line between two playoff teams, and that will suck the goals out of any game. I don't care if it's the highest scoring team of all time. You take two teams who are fighting for playoff positioning, and that is going under. You take two teams whose season is on the line, Florida, Buffalo, two of the highest scoring teams, don't care about defense, that's going under. And that's before we even introduce playoff style officiating, which just lets a little hook go, lets a little grabbing go, doesn't want to decide the series. You're already seeing what the result of those type of teams playing are. Now, just imagine in a couple weeks when every single game means a ton because it's the actual playoffs. So there were a bunch of unders across the board last night. I think when you get specific matchups, that's still going to continue towards the end of the season, but obviously even more so during the playoffs. We're even going to be looking at one of those tonight because there aren't a lot of games on the slate, but there are enough to get a quick deli slice of a bet in. One bet that you should definitely get in is the Bet365 bet $1. Get $200 in free bet credits. You just got to be a new user on the platform, over 21, located in a state or province where sports betting is permitted, and you can't be having a problem. If you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So those unders, doing those under, the audacity of them to set that at 7.5 with both of their seasons on the line. It was preposterous, but we got to reap the rewards of that. And tonight, it's a similar. You want to know what a casual sees? A casual looks at the players on the ice between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers. He goes, oh my God, Kane, Panarin, Tarasenko, Kreider, Fox, Stamkos, Point, Kucherov. Oh my, we gotta go over. Or conversely, the Tampa Bay Lightning have been doing their dry run of switching styles that they normally deploy for the playoffs, where it's a collapsing defensive style, and they've let in 1 goal in 3 games playing that style, shutting out Carolina, shutting out the Islanders, 1 against Washington, and now they're taking that into the Garden, where Igor Shesterkin is rounding into form. So we have 2 of the best goalies in the NHL, 2 of the top 4 or 5 goalies playing each other. One team has conceded 1 goal in 3 games, and the other has a goalie who's rounding into playoff form. What do you think I'm taking? Yes, that's right. I'm going under 6.5 on this one. I truly believe that this game versus the Rangers is the dress rehearsal for the playoffs. I think this is the last game you're going to see the Lightning actually care a little bit like they have the last few. And then tomorrow against the Islanders, they're going to play Elliott, and it's going to be they'll mail it in the rest of the year. But they're going to start the playoffs on the road at Toronto. No better opportunity to have your dress rehearsal than after the way you've been playing defense going into Madison Square Garden, a place where the Rangers kind of shelled you in Game 1 and 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So you know Vasilevsky wants to go in there, Lightning want to go in there, have themselves a good performance, and then kind of mail it in for the rest of the season until round 1 starts up in Toronto. So looking at that game and the fact that the Lightning have not conceded many goals, my strategic under point prop is going to be on Vladimir Tarasenko, not on the top power play unit. You know, I'm looking at this game and I'm saying, okay, well, if the Lightning's playing this defense, I really want to bet against someone like Adam Fox, but the mere fact that they can get a power play, he can just dump it off to Kane, who finds somebody on a nice pass and tap it in. I can't run that risk. But Vladimir Tarasenko, I think, is a solid calculated sniff. If he scores or gets on the board, it's going to have to be with that minimal power play time he gets on the second unit, or I'm 5-on-5, and I'm just going to take my chances that the Lightning's defense has been playing so well 5-on-5 that that's not going to happen. So I'll bet against Vladimir Tarasenko to register a point. If you want, you can take that under on Tarasenko's point with the under 6.5 on Bet365 and then same game parlay. That will absolutely get you at plus money. And then outside of that, the only other game where I can try to kind of take a calculated sniff is the Anaheim-Edmonton game. Big game for Edmonton last night. Another under for something that was set almost around 7 because people can't get what they saw the majority of the season out of their head. So for this one, I mean, natural letdown spot. Jack Campbell, every game with him has mostly gone over, although I don't necessarily feel comfortable in taking the over. One thing that I wouldn't mind is both teams to score 2+. So if there was anything you like if you took that under 6.5 in the Lightning and you just wanted to add a little something else to make sure it's juiced up into plus money, add both teams to score 2 in that one, because all these Campbell games, let's just say teams are able to score on him. And Edmonton, second half of a back-to-back, this seems to be the letdown spot. They're probably going to win. Money line ain't worth it, obviously. So I think taking Anaheim and Edmonton, both teams to score 2+. Wouldn't mind if you wanted to do a little sprinkle, like same thing we took for the Lightning. You'll get a way better price. Both teams over 1.5 goals each, and then add in the Ducks at +2.5. And I do think Zegras weasels himself a point in this particular game. As far as the last game, remember I told you the jig is up for certain teams? Well, it looks like Calgary was one of those teams. The jig is up on Calgary, but watch tonight. Watch tonight. You think, oh my God. Watch them go out there and now beat Winnipeg to now get them back into the notion that they can actually get into the playoffs, because that's what they've been doing. Every time, like, they screw you just to fight themselves back into it and then screw you one more time. It's a screw job loop that just cycles like an alarm clock in the morning, and that's what the Calgary Flames have been. But I'm not going to touch that game. All right, between the Jets, who I know have been relatively reliable in these last few when they've been able to score, and then Calgary, these are just two teams that I am looking forward to getting off my plate, unless the team like Winnipeg plays Colorado, and then we'll just be hammering Colorado game by game in round 1. Oh, speaking of which, wait, who's tops in that division today? Who is it? It's been started from the bottom out of the playoffs. Now we're in first. Always remember that. And I told you, when they were in 9th place, not in a playoff position, take this team to win the West. It's at +340. You'll never see a better price. And now look at that. And this is still without Lehkonen, Landeskog. Makar didn't even play last night. You're still seeing the 80% Avalanche. Because the only time I saw him really care was against the Wild, and that was kind of a loss. And they looked just like I thought, exactly how they're going to look in the playoffs. It's probably too late to get that good Western Conference price, but just know if you've gotten it already, we're going to enjoy that ride just like we did with the Lightning. All right, everyone, good luck to you. Better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed to the OddsShopper channel here. If you want, I got a pre-sale going on the Sniff Drip. You can now order it on my Instagram store. You just go to View Shop. It's going to be on my front page, and I'll be able to ship it out. I ordered the shirts. I got the right ones, the comfortable ones. They're being printed, and they should be available to ship as soon as the playoff starts on that Monday. But you can order the stuff if you want on my Instagram page front. You'll see View Shop. You'll see the shirts in there. Order one and enjoy it. During the playoffs, we'll be rocking these together. You take a picture, you upload it, and if you tag the shirts, it appears on the shirts profile. It's a pretty cool setup they got over there. But if you want and you have a good week, go ahead and get yourself some Sniff Drip. All right, everyone, take it easy. I'll be back with you tomorrow.